Hey y'all, it's your girl Jaclyin. Welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm excited, y'all. I've been wanting to make a YouTube for like 2 years, maybe something like that. But yeah, so I thought, what better way to start off my YouTube than with a get ready with me and a little, tea time. So I'm gonna tell a little, story while I get ready. So yeah, in honor of my first YouTube video, you should all go ahead and subscribe, hit that little bell so you can be notified when I do another one of these things. If I do another one, let's hope this goes well. So yeah, I already did my eyebrows and primed my skin off camera because I can't talk and do my eyebrows at the same time. That's just not gonna happen. I will also be putting all the products that I use in the description box because if I stop every time I use a product, I'm gonna get off track and forget where I started. So that's just not gonna happen. So let's get started. What should I first? What storage time should I do? I got one. So we're gonna talk about the first time I had to fight a nigga. Yes, fight a nigga. So when was it? So I'm in my senior year of college now. It was the summer before I had came to college. So I was like 18. And I had just got out of a relationship. A 2.5 year relationship. So I was out here being a hoe. So I had met this guy. I don't even remember where the fuck I had met him at. Where did I meet him at? I don't know. I met him somewhere. We gonna name him, what's his name gonna be? I'm gonna call him James. It's not his name, but we're gonna call him James. So I had met James, right? And he lived in Rockford. And I didn't live in Rockford. I lived like 20, 30 minutes away. So I used to lie to my mother. Sorry, Mom, if you see this. And say that I was gonna go to my best friend's house. And instead, I would drive all the way to Rockford. So the very first time I went there, I should have known I was finna get myself into some bullshit because I go and I get there and this nigga is bringing a big ass fucking TV into his house. So I'm thinking like, what the fuck is going on? And so like we're talking and he like told me he hit a stain. Now let me remind you, I might be black, but I don't know slang like that. So I was like, what the fuck is a stain? Like, I don't know what the fuck a stain is. He's like I just robbed a house. And so like I'm thinking to myself like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? But when you get out of a relationship, people do crazy things. Like people like cut their hair off, dye their hair, go out and buy an expensive car. What the fuck did I do? Started dating a fucking criminal, a gangbanger. So that was interesting. But so after he told me that, I just fucking knew that some shit, I was finna get myself into shit, but I ain't fucking care. So I had went up there a couple times, and each time like I had spent the night, and nothing was like bad. Like I didn't know, like he was weird, but not like I had to fight you weird. But so this is the day I got into that fucking fight with him. Fucking crazy. So I had went over to his house and he had like every time I had been there, he'd call me like a bitch, but not like call me a bitch, but like, how you with your female friend and you'd be like, oh, this my bitch type shit like that. But you're not a female, so don't call me a bitch. And so every time he had called me a bitch, I had told him about himself. Like, that's not cool. You're not finna keep calling me a bitch. Like, I don't know who raised you, but not over here. And so I think this was like the 4th time I had gone over to his house. And we were chilling. We had just gotten food, which I fucking paid for. That's another story. And so we were just chilling. And he had called me a bitch again. And I was like, you know what? This is the last straw. This is the last fucking straw. And so I had turned around and I said, if you call me a fucking bitch, we finna have problems. And he was like, why you overreacting? Da 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 da. And I said, because you done called me a bitch one too many times. And he said some dumb shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So he called me a bitch again. We just finna pause because this nigga called me a bitch again. Okay. Now, let's backtrack. When I was younger, I had really bad anger management problems. Like, I feel like that shit runs in my family. And I went to therapy for it. And so I had learned the whole, like, 10-second count back, you know, that little skill that everybody talks about. I had learned to calm my spirit. And so, you know, I got angry, of course, because if a nigga calls you a bitch one too many times, you gonna get angry too. And so I had counted back, did my little exercise, and I was laying on my stomach, and I was on my phone, and I thought to myself, like, okay, you know, I'm not finna start nothing. Like, I talk tough shit, but I'm not finna fight a nigga, or at least I thought I wasn't finna fight a nigga. And so I'm just laying there, and I'm like, you know what? If he wants to call me a bitch, then I'm just not finna talk to his ass. Now, let me remind you, it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm not just finna get up and leave and go home, and my mom find me and be like, why the fuck are you coming home at 2-3 o'clock in the morning? So I just laid there, right? Not talking to this nigga. And he's trying to talk to me and rah-rah-rahing out of his mouth, and he was like, if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna pour water on you. And I'm like, no, the fuck you're not. Like, you're not finna do that. And 10 minutes go by, I'm still not talking to him, and he's just running his mouth. And he was like, bitch, if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna pour water on you, then you gonna have to start talking to me, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, try it, bitch. Try it. And so I'm still not talking to him. Like, you're not finna threaten me. And 2, just because you call me a bitch is not finna make me talk to you. Like, you're trying to get a rise out of me, and I'm not the one. So he gets off the bed, my dumbass, not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, okay, like, it is what it is. This nigga comes back. Hold on. We're gonna need 2 sips for this. Okay. This nigga comes back and dumps water on me. On my hair. Men, if you don't know by now, your mama should have taught you this. There are 2 rules in life. You don't touch a woman's hair. You don't fuck with a woman's hair. Especially a black woman. He poured water on my hair. Y'all, it took everything within me not to flip the fuck out. And so, you know what? I laid there for a second. Let the water soak in. And I took my phone off my charger. I grabbed that bitch, started twirling it up, and I start walking around the room and putting my shit in my bag. Because, like, I'm not finna stay here and do this fuckery with you. Like, that's just not finna happen. And so he's, like, talking to me like, where you think you going? You not finna leave? Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, you just fucking poured water on me and you think it's a joke? Bitch, no. Like, this is not, I'm not the one. I don't know what other females you've been messing with, but you're not finna pour water on me and get away with it. Like, and I'm definitely not finna sit in your face and be all cute, cuddled up while you just, bitch. And so he's like grabbing my bag and I'm like, bro, let it go. Like, I'm not, just let it go. I'm not finna stay here while you fuck around. And he's like, you ain't fucking going nowhere. Da-da-da-da-da. And then I'm like, no, give me my shit. And then he's like stands in the doorway. And let me remind y'all. So I'm 5'1". I'm a chunky girl, okay? But when I tell you I'm strong, bitch, that's an understatement. So I push his little ass out the way. Like, this nigga, so I'm 5'1". I think this nigga was like 5'3" and weighed like 140 pounds. I pushed his little ass out the way. Move, boy. And so I'm walking out. Y'all, this next part blew my fucking mind. This nigga snatched me up by my hair. Snatched me up by my hair. One, what type of mother did you have that taught you to do some bitch ass shit like that? Like, y'all, I've been in 2 fights in my life. One of them is with my sister, and we square up like real ass niggas. The other one was I was helping my friend not get jumped by 5 girls who were not twice our age, but we were in middle school and they were in high school. So I've been in a fight 2 times in my life. Both times, I'm not on that female hair pulling shit. Like, no, if we're finna fight, we're finna box like real ass niggas. So when he pulled my hair, and like, let me remind you, my hair was in a bun. Y'all, I don't know what, like, came over me. But as soon as he did that, like, I probably lost some hair doing this bullshit. I literally, like, snapped my neck back. And I just remember turning around and boop, boop, boop. Like, I two-pieced his little ass. Now that I think about it, that's some crazy ass shit. So I boop, boop, booped him. And I walked the fuck out. Like, one, you had me fucked up calling me a bitch. That was your first fuck up. Your second fuck up was you pouring water on me. I'm not the one. And then your final, like, bitch, strikeout was you yanking my... So I two-pieced his ass, right? And I'm not no fool. Like, I know that if you hit a man, you better expect him to hit your ass back. But, bitch, I ran down the steps. He wasn't finna get my ass. So I ran down the fucking steps. And I got in my car real fucking quick. And I'm like putting my shit in the car. And here he comes. I'm like trying to get into my car as fast as fucking possible. And he's like holding my car door. He was like, where are you going? Da 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 da. You can't leave. And I'm like, bro, you just like, he ain't hit me, but like, you pulled my hair. That's damn near freaking physical abuse. Like, I'm not the one. And he was like, why are you being so dramatic? Like, I ain't put my hands on you, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, that's not the fucking point. Like, you've been disrespectful since day one, calling me a bitch and shit. And then you have the fucking audacity to pull my hair? Like, never in my life did I think I was finna be in some bullshit like that. And so he's like crying, da-da-da-da-da. My whole thing is like, nigga, why the fuck you crying? I ain't pull your hair. Yes, I might have two-pieced your ass, but you be alright. And so he finally, like, let me leave. And so, like, I'm driving home crying, realizing that I just got into a fucking physical altercation with some nigga. And so, you know, a couple weeks go by. I'm not talking to him, obviously. The nigga just pulled my hair. But then, okay, this is how I know I was dumb as fuck. He called me and asked me if I could take him to his mom's court hearing. And y'all, I'm a nice person, okay? I'm a nice person. And with that being said, I said yes, of course, because I'm dumb as fuck. Plus, he ate my ass real good, so I had to go back. I had to. And so I had, like, taken him and his mom to her fucking court hearing. And while we're there, he's obviously upset. Like, if your mom's gonna go to jail, obviously you're gonna be upset. So he's like upset, and like I'm just trying to tell him like calm down, like don't make a scene, da 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 da. And he obviously wasn't having it. So we were in the courthouse, and he called me a bitch. Now I'm thinking to myself, like, nigga, did we not already relive this once? You trying to relive it again? So I told him, like, don't call me a fucking bitch. And he was like, well, then stop acting like one. And I was like, I'm not acting like one. I'm just trying to help you. Like, tell you to calm down and relax before your ass end up in jail too. Like, bitch, I'm trying to help you out. And so then we leave because his mom gets put into jail, obviously. And then we in the car, and he's like, you know when niggas get mad about some bullshit? Well, not bullshit, because his mom went to jail, so I guess he had the right. But you know when niggas get mad, and then they start just picking fights? Like, what is you picking a fight with me for? So then he start calling me a bitch again. Like, why you always gotta be a bitch and act like a bitch and da-da-da-da-da. Now, y'all, I'm a nice person, okay? Always have been. That's just how I live. So I know this nigga calling me a bitch, I ain't one. Never been one. Never will be one. So I know you lying straight out your teeth. So I'm telling him, like, you're not finna call me a bitch again. Like, we relived this already. And he was like, quit acting like one, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? I'm just like, okay, this is obviously not a fight. I can win. I just know now that I will not be coming back up here to help your ass out. Like, I used my gas money, my car, lied to my mother so I could come up here and help you. And your ungrateful ass over here calling me a fucking bitch. Whatever. So he asked me if we could go get food. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, I really don't want to go get food. I want this nigga to get the fuck up out my car. Like, I'm over it at this point. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. Let's go get food. And so he wanted to go to this McDonald's. And the line was way too fucking long. So I'm like, you can just go in. Like, I'm not really hungry. Da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, okay, but it might be a minute because, like, there's obviously lines of cars. So when you go in, it's just going to be just as bad. And so I'm like, it's okay. Like, whatever. I'll just wait out here. So he goes in. Yeah, I'm a bad person for this. He goes in. And I'm sitting in the car just thinking to myself, like, this is some crazy ass shit. I done got involved with a fucking gangbanger who steals shit. We done got into a physical altercation. This nigga done called me a bitch one too many times. And his ass is ungrateful. He ain't even say thank you. So, you know what the fuck I did? Can you guess what I did? I left his ass. I started up my little red caddy. Bitch, I was gone. I was gone. I was not. Like, I'm all for being nice. I really am. I'm all for it. But one thing in life that I just don't deal with is disrespect. And, like, I know everybody makes mistakes. So, like, maybe him pulling my hair and pulling water on me was one of his mistakes. Maybe. But just realizing his actions and just seeing how ungrateful and fucking spiteful he was, I'm like, you're not finna ruin my fucking spirit with your hatefulness. Like, that's not finna happen. So, sorry, y'all. I'm doing my eyeliner. So I left his little ass. And I'm driving on my way, blaring my fucking music. Because that's just what you do when you're in a mood. And so he calling me. I'm not finna answer. Like, one, you're disturbing my music because my phone's on the aux. So I put my shit on Do Not Disturb. And then he started texting me. He was like, why the fuck you leave me? Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, thinking to myself, like, do you not realize how rude and disrespectful you are? Like, I don't know who handed you shit on a silver fucking platter while you had that negative ass fucking attitude, but You not finna get me. Not fucking today. So I just stopped messaging him. I was over it. I'm like, I should have been left. That day we got into a physical altercation, I should have left that day. And I should have never fucking came back. But I'm dumb. And I did. So that is just a hot ass. He's just a hot ass fucking mess. And then he started talking to my best friend. Or trying to. Now let me remind y'all. One of these times I went up there, he saw her. He saw her in the car with me. Why did I go up there? Oh! I'm gonna tell y'all how nice I am. So this man had like bogus ass bedding in his house. And so I'm bougie. I like to sleep on a nice bed. So plus his house was hot. It was summer. And he didn't have no fucking air conditioning. So I, being the nice person that I am, bought him 2 fans and a nice king fucking bed set. And so the reason me and my friend had went back is to get all of that. Because, like, you're not finna keep my shit, bro. You're not. He kept the bedding because I don't want it. Like, I don't have a king-size bed and I don't want that. So you can keep it. And then I just took all the fans that I had bought. So we had went up there, me and my best friend, and, like, he saw her with me. So I don't understand why he thought it would be okay for him to start messaging her, trying to talk to her. And then, she's funny as fuck. He was trying to talk to her, and she was like, didn't you eat my friend's ass? Boy. And he was like, nah, who's your friend? And she was like, obviously, Taekwei. And he was like, nah, I don't know her, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, boy, you know me. Quit playing. Quit fucking playing with me. And then he would text me from time to time and be like, oh, I miss you. That's cool. You can miss me from over there. Just because you miss me don't mean you need to be in my presence. Go ahead, go on Facebook and Instagram. You can see me. And then when I told, he was like, why are you being so shady towards me? Nigga! Because you called me a bitch. Because you fucking dumped water on me. Because you physically abused me. He's like, I ain't never put my hands on you. Okay. I guess we all have different ideas of what physical abuse are. So, you know what? Now that I think about it, I should have known his ass was a bitch. He moaned like a fucking female. He moaned during sex more than I did. I should have known he was a fucking bitch. I should have known. You ever have, like, bad experiences and then you look back on them and you be like, all the evidence and shit start adding up and you're like, why did I not see this before? Like, and it's shit that's like plain in view. Like, why? I should have fucking saw this, but you just be dumb and blind and not knowing shit. So that whole summer after me and my ex broke up, I did some crazy ass shit. Shit I had no business doing. I should have just cut my hair or dyed it. I bought a Lamborghini or something. Something crazy that people do when they get into breakups. I'm a hot mess sometimes, y'all. I do crazy things. All types of crazy shit. Don't mind my hair. So yeah, that was my story about when I got into a physical altercation. I guess it was more of a story how, like, I dated a gangbanger. But we got to the end. So that's all that fucking matters. So all I gotta say is Be careful out here in these streets. Okay, y'all, so that's my story time. That's my get ready with me. All the products that I use will be in the description box below. I'm gonna just say this now. All the brushes that I use are from Amazon, so I'm not gonna put them in the description box because, like, I don't even remember where I got all of these. The only thing that's not Amazon is this Morphe brush, and it's the Morphe M438. It's what I use for my highlighter. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed my video and me just rambling on while I got ready. Hit the whatever button it is. Hit the subscribe button so you can join the Thai family. Hit that little bell so you can be notified if I do end up uploading another fucking video. I actually might though, because I got some stories to tell. Bye. Honestly, I'm trying to stay focused.